Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Listen to that. Nothing beats a vinyl. Some technology just stands the test of time. Our technology not only brings the cool, it also brings the heat. At Mitsubishi Electric, we've been mastering and innovating heat pump technology since 1970. EcoDan, continued innovation in heating for home and business. Mitsubishi Electric, changes for the better.
She to me, oh, she to me. I don't want no jet black woman. Oh, she to me, oh, she to me. I don't want no sugar in my coffee. It make me mean, Lord, it make me mean. I don't want no sugar in my coffee. It make me mean, Lord, Lord, it make me mean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this special edition of Real Life, Real Crime, the podcast. And today's special edition is the Real Life, Real Crime Hotline debut episode, where our patron members were able to call in or type in their questions or statements or shout outs to the show, and we really, really appreciate it, and it's going to be very exciting. But first, I want to give that shout out for our newest patron member, Tanita Anthony. Thank you, Tanita. You're awesome. Tier 3 patron support. We really, really appreciate you. And I don't think, Tanita, that you got your question in yet before we started recording, but it's not too late. Hopefully you'll get it in tonight before I finish this. So that being said, y'all, we're growing huge. We're in 69 countries. We're pushing 26,000 downloads. And it's all because you are listeners and fans liking and sharing this one. Really, really appreciate it. And one of our moderators from Australia, and Australia is our second leading country for Real Life, Real Crime and downloads, made contact with Australia's number one, as far as I'm concerned, true crime show, It's called True Crime Island, and it's hosted by Cam Bo. That's C-A-M and then B-O. And their show's been on for over 2.5 years. And this year, in 2019, they're up for an award, or they're one of the finalists in Australia for the Independent Podcaster Award. Man, I started listening to y'all, and he's got some really great stuff. He covers everything from John F. Kennedy's 50th anniversary of the assassination to true crimes that happened in Australia, etc. It's very, 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 very interesting. Let me introduce you now to Mr. Cambo and True Crime Island.
Do you get mad when listening to true crime? Well, so do I. If you want a weekly true crime podcast that says what you're thinking, then grab a beer and pull up a deck chair. This is Cambo from True Crime Island, another true crime podcast, and maintain the rage with me. Visit truecrimeisland.com where you can download or stream each episode, plus there's links to iTunes and social media. And as I always say, don't forget to delete your browser history. This is True Crime Island.
And there you have it, y'all, straight from the land down under and the host himself, Mr. Cambo of True Crime Island. And you know, if you listen to me in the past, you know I've only listened to one other true crime podcast, and I started listening to True Crime Island, and I'm very, very impressed, y'all. Give it a listen. So let's get on to the hotline and our first patron member question, and it's going to be from the same moderator I told you about, Shauna VL from the land down under. Let's see what Shauna has to say.
Hello, my name is Shauna. I live in Perth, Western Australia, and my question for Woody is, seeing that all the crimes that you investigate happen in like gated territory, do you find that there's areas that bodies are dumped, the crims trying to maybe get rid of the bodies by dumping them in areas where alligators will hopefully dispose of the bodies? Thank you.
So yeah, Shauna from Australia, the answer to your question is most definitely there are certain areas that more bodies are dumped, just like in the episode Trust No One. The Rudock exit off of I-55 is huge because it's close to New Orleans, about 10 miles, and it's in the middle of nowhere, raised over the swamp. And somebody said, the quote one time, that if all the bodies had been dumped there, stood up at one time and started walking, it looked like a bad episode of The Walking Dead. But there's another place, the Chaffalai Basin is pretty common also, because it's another raised section of interstate over the swamp that has an exit in the middle of nowhere that just has a boat launch off of it, but nothing else. No stores, no houses or whatever. And Derek Todd Lee, the serial killer, dumped most of his bodies there. And the reason they dump them, I mean, obviously is so they can get away with it. You can see cars coming from miles away because they're long, straight, high-raised bridges. Plus, like you said, the alligators, and it's not only alligators, it's alligators and crawfish and crabs, fish, and turtles are a big eater of human flesh. It's just a lot of stuff that eats them and makes them go away. But in South Louisiana, you don't have to go far to find a swamp or a body of water to put a body into. So good question. Thank you. Okay, y'all, our next question is from our dear friend Amy of 1096 Crime Chicks. And
hey, Woody and Cindy, this is Amy from 1096 Crime Chicks. I just wanted to drop in and tell you guys that I love y'all. I love the podcast. Y'all are amazing. Cindy, bless you for doing all of the editing. Woody, your stories are amazing, and I can't wait to do a collaboration in the future. I wish you guys all the luck and can't wait to hear your next episode. Bye.
thank you, Amy. And we can't wait to do a collaboration with you either. Y'all, 1096 Crime Chicks, they were the very first true crime podcast I ever listened to, and they've promoted us before, and we've promoted them, and Amy's been a dear friend to Real Life, Real Crime. And we appreciate you, Amy, and thank you so much. And our next question comes to us from Kim, who is a dear fan and friend of Real Life, Real Crime.
Hey, Woody. This is Kim from Central Florida. I have a question for you. If you had the opportunity to sit down and interview one criminal, past or present, and they had to tell the truth, who would you pick and what questions would you ask? Alrighty, thank you. Bye.
Well, Kim, I can tell you without a doubt, it would have to be Derek Todd Lee, most infamous serial killer in Baton Rouge or in the state of Louisiana's history. And the reason for that is because I know he killed so many more. Hey, y'all, you want to set your child up for success? Is your child struggling with a specific subject or need help with the subject? Is your child ahead, not getting challenged enough in class? Well, IXL Learning is an online learning program that enriches your homeschool curriculum. It offers practice in math, English, language arts, science, and social studies while adapting to each child, meeting them where they are. Plus, IXL encourages students to become curious and empowers them to choose how to learn. Look, we homeschool our son. No doubt about it. He's more of a visual learner, and we use IXL, and Cindy teaches him, and there are so many different benefits to the program. It adapts to exactly what he needs in different areas. So IXL is the perfect supplement to your homeschool curriculum. IXL offers interactive practice problems, educational games, lessons, and video tutorials for every topic you're teaching at home. It's easy to use, time-saving. Everything on IXL is organized by grade, subject, topic, and subtopic, making it simple to find activities for the exact skills you are covering. IXL offers instant feedback and explanations of new topics as kids use the program. Kids can explore any topic in any grade level. They aren't forced into a single learning path like they are on other programs. If you're homeschooling your child because they were falling behind or because they were too far ahead like our son, IXL is a great program to help them get the exact support they need. Kids love IXL's positive feedback awards and educational games. IXL is trusted by 15 million students worldwide and has proven to improve performance in over 75 scientific research studies. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And Real Life, Real Crime listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXL.com/today. Visit IXL.com/today to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price. And don't forget, Real Life, Real Crime listeners get 20% off. Y'all, we really do use this product, and it's been a godsend. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Mochi. Mochi is a telehealth platform that connects patients seeking medication-based weight loss treatment with board-certified doctors and dietitians to help them determine the best treatment options to accomplish that goal. Mochi's program is completely virtual, meaning you can access their services anywhere in the United States and you will be meeting with their team online. You deserve doctors that listen. Mochi is dedicated to providing holistic, patient-centered care that prioritizes overall well-being with the goal of transforming how weight management is approached. Mochi Health takes a holistic approach to weight loss that includes visit with board-certified doctors, nutrition consultations, and medications delivered to your door. Science-backed medications including GLP-1s like Ozempic and generic compound versions, affordable and accessible regardless of insurance coverage. With Mochi, their dietitians work hand in hand with your medication to create personalized nutrition plans that fit your lifestyle. Reach your weight loss goals with science-backed, FDA-approved GLP-1 medications and support from real doctors and guidance from registered dietitians and help with making easy and sustainable changes to achieve results. Y'all have seen this. My wife has done it. My brother-in-law has done it. One of my best friends is doing it, and it really is an amazing process that works. So get started at joinmochi.com and use code RLRC to receive $40 off. That's join, JOINMOCHI.com, and use code RLRC to receive $40 off and let Mochi help change your life.
More women than we know about. And we're going to do a long, I guess you would call it a season on this guy coming up, and you'll understand that he is the classic serial killer, starting out from when he was a child and the things he did and how his criminal career progressed, etc. And to me, it's local, right? I mean, he grew up close to where I grew up, and it's just, his crimes are unimaginable. There's so many more women that are still missing that we know that he took, etc. But like I said, I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but Derek Todd Lee, and when we do his, I guess we'll do a full season, you'll get the gist of why I just want to know where the bodies are and how many overall. And I bet it would be way up there with all the most prolific serial killers of all time. And thank you, Kim, for the awesome question. I really appreciate you. Okay, y'all, our next one comes from our super fan and friend of Real Life, Real Crime, Sam, K is the last initial, from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, Woody. Sam Krause here, big fan. I'm curious if you still carry, a weapon or a pistol or, do you do that to protect your family? And if you ran into a situation out in public, I don't know what the laws are in Louisiana, but if you were out in public and you had one, would you be in a position, now that you're retired, to take any kind of action? I mean, I know my goal is to avoid situations like that. And I don't carry, though I can, but I'm prepared should someone come into my home. And so I'm curious what you do as a law enforcement veteran with, presumably a ton of training on weapons. That in the background is my smooch, Maxwell. 15 pounds of fierce. Bye.
Hey, Sam, Maxwell sounds like a beast, right? It sounds like a 400-pound tiger. But to answer your question, I always carry a firearm on me. Not where it can be seen, always concealed. Anytime I go into a restaurant or any public place, I always sit facing the door. I try to find Cindy. I guess sometimes she might get fed up with it, but I always try to find a table in a back corner so I can have a wall behind me and no one can come up behind me. Always on alert, and I actually travel the country and teach corporations on security consulting the personnel on how to avoid getting into situations and what to do if the situations actually do happen. But if a crime occurred in front of me and I was alone versus a crime occurring in front of me when my family is there, it'd be two different situations. And if my family is there and there's not like gunplay or, something like that, then I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let the guys handle it. Like if it's a robbery, you don't want to interfere with the robbery. You want to get them out of there as quickly as possible. And, I can remember all the details and help them with the investigation. But if it comes down to it and there's gunplay involved or whatever, then I'm going to do what I have to do to protect myself and my family for sure. And the old saying goes, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. And I live by that rule. You also have to consider the fact that I never know if I'm ever going to run into a bad guy that I put away. But thankfully, most of the bad guys and girls I put away aren't getting out anytime soon. Most of them get life or 20, or I used to have what I call the 50-plus club when I was a rookie detective and excited about all the years I was stacking up on people that I actually had a plaque made on the 50-plus club, what the bad guy's name was and how many years they got. And my thought process behind that was, well, if they're going to be still locked up after I retire, then, it was kind of like a trophy or a pat on the back for myself. But certainly always armed and prepared to defend my family. And as far as stopping a crime in progress, it would depend on the situation. Thank you, and we really appreciate you. Okay, and our next call is from a super fan and friend of Real Life, Real Crime, all the way from California, Miss Jenny.
Hello, Real Life, Real Crime podcast. This is your number one fan, California, Jenny. Just calling to say, loving the podcast. Keep up the good work. And I have a question. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator, of course. Anyway, looking forward to future episodes, and peace out.
Okay, that was a good one, Jenny. I've never heard it before. Investigator, y'all. Jenny, we really appreciate you and all your help that you've given us. And Jenny is the one that sent us the first fan mail with the coins that I talked about in last week's episode. Check out her husband's work. It is amazing. It's J.W. hand engraved coins. You search that on eBay and they're awesome, y'all. And we're going to have some made, hopefully before Crime Con, etc., and something to put in the store. But Jenny, we love you. We appreciate everything that you do. I'm going to tell y'all something. The Australians love their true crime. And our next call is from another lady from down under. And she's a very, very big supporter of the show also. So here it is.
Hi, Woody. This is Christy from Gold Coast in Australia. I finally got through. I love the podcast so much. Not enough episodes come out to keep my addiction fulfilled. I'm loving everything you do and the way that you tell stories is awesome. I'm addicted. One thing that I'd love to see maybe in the future is interviews with other police officers that you've worked with on the case, or people related to the case and giving their side. Like interviews with other people that you're doing. That would be really cool. Otherwise, it's awesome. Thank you so much. We love you. We love you in Australia. And I'm sharing the word. All right, cool. Take it easy. Bye.
Thank you, Christy. We really appreciate you. I totally plan on growing the show and the depth of the podcast, etc. And bringing in people, especially on the bigger cases, I guess they'll be called seasons, that I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in not only law enforcement, but I'm still really good friends with a lot of the victims' families, and I'll be able to bring some of them in to tell their side of the story and their loss and the pain and the things that they've gone through. But yeah, I have some really great people lined up for future shows and some real characters, y'all, that you think my accent is something. Wait until you hear them. But we're constantly trying to improve not only the content, Christy, but the quality, the sound quality, the content, and everything. We're, with y'all's support, we're going to continue to get better and better and better. I promise you that. And thank you. And
Hey ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore, because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something, and all the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
We love Australia. And again, as you heard at the beginning of this one, True Crime Island, Cambo is a really cool show, and y'all should check it out. The Australians they're our number 2 country in downloads by far, and we're in 69 countries now, but in Australia, they eat us up over there. We love our Australians. Thank you. Okay, y'all, our next question comes from Miss Christine in California. Miss Christine H, I'll call her. She's a super fan and a super friend of Real Life, Real Crime, and we really appreciate her. And she asked me, she texted in the question, she asked me, have I worked any cold cases? And Miss Christine, I've worked so many cold cases. As a matter of fact, I like to say I made my bones, if you will. I made my name and career off of some of the ones that I worked and solved that nobody else could solve. And I'm doing full-blown episodes on those in the future, so I don't want to do any spoiler alerts, but I have some real humdingers. They're going to be real good ones. I wish I could elaborate more, but I know I'll do on at least 2 separate ones. They will be a part that has to be what they call seasons, because it's going to be way more than 3 episodes, and they're actually tied into, one of them is tied into another episode, which is probably going to be the longest episode I do, or not episode, longest series I do out of all the series that I do. So, but yes, many cold cases. And you have to remember, when I started in detectives, DNA was just really becoming more available to us. I mean, back then we would put a rush on a murder case in a rush and walk the DNA to the crime lab at the state police headquarters and beg them, and it still might take 2 months or more for it to get done. It didn't matter. There was a person that was missing. It just couldn't get it done back then like you can now. And so it's a totally different ballgame. But also the DNA databases back then were small compared to what they are now, because all the genealogy testing websites, and plus in the state of Louisiana, they enacted a law in the early 2000s that anybody arrested for certain types of crimes had to be swabbed, and their their DNA is put into what they call CODIS. That's the nationwide DNA database. So yeah, cold cases, man, I loved them. Thank you for the question, Miss Christine. And our final is from Miss Cassie. Last name, first initial is W, and she's from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And she's quite the character and another dear friend of the show. And we love you, Miss Cassie. And she wants to know, have I ever worked a case that involved voodoo? Well, Cassie, voodoo started here as cross religions from the different cultures in New Orleans. And I have seen the different things. I've seen the different instruments when serving search warrants, like the altars and the different things that they do. But as far as straight up, like, did they kill someone in a voodoo ritual? No. But I've seen it, and it's there. It's prevalent. I mean, it's big down here. So I've seen it many times on different aspects of the cases, whether it's serving a search warrant, like I said, and seeing the altars and stuff like that they set up, or the emblems, or the classic famous voodoo dolls. And I'm sure there's quite a few people out there who've stuck some pins in a doll named Woody. But anyway, that's it. So if you ever get to New Orleans, it's real prevalent, and they have the shops in the French Quarter and the Voodoo Museum and all that. And the fans that are coming from Crime Con, if you're interested, will run by those. So that's it, y'all. I think that's going to conclude the first real life, real crime hotline episode. And patron members, y'all rock. We couldn't do it without you. Your support and your subscriptions help us, financially, to be able to do the extra episodes and stuff like that. Look, we do it because we love it, and that's the honest God truth. I mean, I'm having the time of my life, and Cindy, my wife, is coming in from school, teaching school every day, and editing till 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and learning it all on her own. So she's done a phenomenal job. And like I said, we're constantly improving, researching, and getting better, and we'll continue to do so. But broke 26,000 downloads today, y'all. And our private Facebook page is 620 something members. So if y'all are not a member of that, send us an invite, and our dream team moderators will get you approved. And it's so much fan interaction, so much cool stuff being posted about true crimes and everything, and also discussions on the episodes, and we interact daily with it. And everybody that's listening, if you're already part of the crew, KREWE, then we appreciate you being on the page and liking us and interacting and all that y'all do. Also, y'all check out our new YouTube channel, which is under Real Life, Real Crime Podcast. Now, you have to go in and search for it under the channel Real Life, Real Crime Podcast. We had it under Real Life, Real Crime Woody Overton, but we changed it so we could add videos, and we uploaded a couple of videos from this past weekend. We're going to start doing that every week. This past weekend, we did it live from a little local restaurant, and it's just a more fan interaction, and we appreciate y'all. So go to it and check it out, and all our episodes will be posted on there in audio format. And in the future, especially when we're doing guest speakers, etc., we're going to do videos of those shows and post them. So we're growing, and we're trying to keep up, and we thank each and every one of you, and we love you. We appreciate you, your patron members. I hope you enjoyed your RLRC, Real Life, Real Crime hotline benefit, and don't be afraid to use it. You can call in anytime during the month and leave your voicemail, and if you don't want me to play your voice, I won't play it. I just say that, and then I'll ask your question from the voicemail. I'll just read it out. And so use it, and we're going to do this at least once a month, probably maybe twice a month when we get enough questions in. So I hope y'all enjoyed the episode, and we appreciate and love each and every one of you. Friday, tune in for your next regular episode that everybody gets. And if you're not a patron member, check it out, y'all. It's really not much. Check out our tiers on Patreon, and if you want to subscribe, that's cool. If you don't, it's cool too. But we appreciate your support and tuning in every Friday for the episodes. But that's it. Thank you all for participating, and we appreciate you. And don't let me catch you down on Murder Bayou.
Oh, she do me love, oh, she do me. Hello, woman. Oh, she do me, Lord. Oh, she do me.